Hello, fellow peasants. Today I'll be doing a 4K transfer review for 1981's Excalibur. Alright guys, so I watched Excalibur. This came out in 1981, directed by John Boorman, and it just got a new release on 4K from Arrow Video. It's not spanking new. This has been out since December, so about 3.5 months or so now. This has been out. And what does it entail? Well, it's a 4K restoration from the original 35mm negative. It has an aspect ratio, the original aspect ratio of 1:661. It contains both the theatrical and TV versions of the film, optional English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, Dolby Vision and HDR10 compatible, restored original lossless mono, and DTS HDMA 5.1 audio options. So, that is the technical specs of this. That doesn't even include all the extras that are involved here. There's a whole disc just called extras on here, okay? Tons of behind the scenes stuff, interviews, commentary from John Boorman and things like that. So let me give you what you're here for. How does it look? Well, as someone who's never seen the film before, this is my first viewing. I can't tell you if it's better than the DVD or better than the Blu-ray, but what I will tell you is this is a phenomenal picture quality. Like the transfer here is, like, the level of detail is very nice. The color grading is very nice. The HDR they have on here. So let's just break it down a bit. So resolution-wise, detail-wise, all of that, there is plenty of detail here. Now, is it a major uptick from the Blu-ray? Don't know. Never seen the film before. But I will tell you, it is very nice to look at. There is detail in the foliage, in the forest. There's detail in the chain link, the chain mail on the armor, facial hair in general, wrinkles, fine lines in people's faces. A lot of detail here. As detailed as other 4Ks? No. There is a bit of a softness to the image that's baked into the cake, because this film used diffuse lighting in this, so it gives it a soft, glowy, magical. They wanted that fantasy, that magical feel, the whimsical, So they used diffuse lighting, which gives it like a glow, a shimmering, softness, and so you're not going to get as sharp as a typical 4K would be. But there is plenty of detail to be had there. I can't imagine that the standard Blu-ray is on par with this in terms of resolution. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't seen the film before. This is my first viewing. But yeah, in terms of detail, it looks great. Now, the HDR here is done very, very well. Like the color grading they've done on this, the greens here really pop. Now, they filmed this, I believe, in Ireland, and I think John Boorman even had some of it filmed on some of his own property that he owns, if I recall correctly. But the greens really pop here in the forest. The fire, like the opening scene of the film is like it's dark out. They're in the forest. There's fires burning, like fires raging, and the oranges and reds of that fire all the way throughout the film. Like everything here is appropriately saturated. It's not overdone. Like everything, like the colors pop, but it's not done to where you're like, okay, they've really pushed this. They're trying to make it look more modern than it is. Sometimes with 4Ks, they'll really push the colors to make it appear like it's more of a modern film, it's newer, to give it like this new sheen. And sometimes it just doesn't look good. It's like The Exorcist 4K. In terms of like cleaning the mess up on that transfer, they did good, removing some of the, the debris and the grit. But they pushed the colors, freaking pushed the colors too hard. Here, this is not an example of that at all. I felt it was very natural color-wise, but yet it popped enough that you kind of felt this like mystical, magical, I don't know how to explain it, but it was done very well. The audio, okay, I'm not a huge audio guy. I don't have a surround sound system, but there is supposedly people having issues with the audio on this transfer. They're saying that it's not synced up right. They're like, look, I know they went back in the studio and re-recorded all the dialogue and stuff, but they're like, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if it's synced up, if it's timed up, synced up with the lips moving. Some people say it's really, really off. Now, I only watched the mono track today, okay? I only watched the mono track. I didn't watch the new 5.1 mix or whatever. I watched the original mono track that you would have heard in theaters. And I don't know what people are really talking about. I mean, there might be a couple places where it's slightly off a bit, but if you're hesitant to buy this transfer because you're afraid of what they're saying on these forums like Blu-ray.com and Reddit about, you know, it not being synced up and it's way off, it's like 140 milliseconds off, I would say don't worry about that, because if you're someone who likes older films, you're used to watching older films where they did a lot of the dialogue after the fact in the studio, I wouldn't be too concerned because you're used to that, you're accustomed to that. Do the mouths perfectly sync up in this? No, but they're pretty damn close. It's like 90% match, 95% match. I don't understand how people are saying that this is worth Arrow sending them a replacement copy or something. So if you're holding off on this transfer because you're like, I want to see if Arrow's going to fix this issue or whatever, it's probably not going to happen, and I don't honestly think that it's worth all the hoopla that it's getting. So do not worry about the syncing. My disc looked fine. It looked fine. Does it sync up as well as a brand new film in 2025 or 2026? No. But it's not like way off. It's not like they're like, Sir Lancelot. It's not like delayed like that or something. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think it looked fantastic. It sounded really good. I had no problems with it. I'm used to watching like Italian dubbed over films anyway. So like the fact that he did it later in the studio, like that old movie audio sound didn't bother me. But I think they knocked this out of the park. I haven't dove into the extras. I haven't even watched the TV edit yet. I'm just letting you know right off the bat, as someone who's never seen the film before, this was spectacular to look at. This film is just also shot beautifully. Like the cinematography here is fantastic in this, and that helps too. But in terms of resolution, you know, like the clarity, the detail, the HDR, all that, the Dolby Vision, I think Arrow knocked this out of the park. It was gorgeous to look at. Guys, there are scenes in here where just the colors and everything and the shot composition, I was just like, wow. Like, you know, I know some people said like this film is shot so well that like every frame could be like framed and put on a wall. Like, they're not joking. It's a really, really gorgeous film to look at. And this 4K transfer knocks it out of the park, I believe. I think this is one of the best looking 4Ks I've bought in like 2 or 3 years, maybe. So yeah, I think, and the packaging is bad. The packaging for this is badass as well. You get the reversible art. You get a poster in here. There's a thick booklet that you get with all kinds of information about the film and things like that. If you haven't seen my unboxing, go check out the unboxing for that. Up next, I will be doing a film review for this. But guys, if you're a fan of this film, I would go get this now. I got it for $38 on Amazon with shipping and not shipping, but with tax, it came to like $42. And if you haven't seen the film, I'm just gonna say, like, I think it's a really good film. Like, I'm probably gonna watch it again here in the next few weeks because I really, really enjoyed it. I really did, and yeah, knocked it out of the park. Great transfer. I would give this transfer probably like a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's really fucking good. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think about the new 4K transfer for Excalibur from Arrow. Have a good one, peasants. Peace out. Bye-bye.